We are recording this the day after Jimmy Butler's agent, Bernie Lee, went after Shams on Twitter about reporting that Jimmy Butler was open to playing for Phoenix. So Shams went on First Take this morning, on Thursday morning, defended his reporting. This whole thing's been really interesting, Mo, because it feels like Butler could get traded, but nobody has demanded a trade. The Heat aren't aggressively shopping him. So my take here is that Jimmy Butler is just no longer one of these untouchable players, right? There's players in the league where if you call, the phone gets hung up right away. Like if you call Minnesota and you ask about Anthony Edwards, they laugh, they hang up the phone. Steph Curry, Jokic, Giannis, etc. Jimmy used to be one of those guys for Miami. He is no longer that guy, according to this reporting. So, and that makes he's 35 years old. You've got this contract situation. He could be a free agent this summer. It just feels like it was always going to be headed in this direction. But my question to you is, unless you want to take this in another direction, and if you want to, please go ahead. But Shams has listed Phoenix, Golden State, Houston, and Dallas in his reporting. Which of those teams do you think is the best fit for Butler if he does get traded?
I mean, I guess the Warriors would probably be the best fit in terms of they need that second option, and I think adding more toughness with Jimmy would be pretty fun. I think it would be terrorizing him and Draymond together. Would be quite an interesting tandem defensively. But my thing with the whole Jimmy Butler trade stuff is just I don't know how a trade gets done anymore. Listen, the first apron teams, second apron teams, it's so restrictive. It's so difficult. All the teams that he's going to want to play for are already in one level of the apron or not. Like, I laughed when the whole Phoenix thing. First off, let's just discuss the fact that when Shams tweeted out breaking news, made me think Jimmy got traded. And then it was, no, he's open to playing for Phoenix. I'm like, so wait, he didn't get, like, please, Shams, don't do this. Like, we all have the graphic notifications. Just tweet it. You didn't have to put breaking news. Breaking news is dude got traded.
Right.
Yeah, that's just another, I'm ranting.
Breaking news, nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't even Phoenix is interested. Phoenix is trying to trade it for him.
Right.
And it's I don't even know how Phoenix can pull off that trade and any of these teams. Because it feels
the only way that they could pull off that trade, just to kind of get into it, is they would have to trade Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, or Devin Booker to Miami for Jimmy Butler. It's the only way they could do it because they're over the second apron. They cannot aggregate salaries. They cannot take more money back in a trade. And they're not going to trade Devin Booker for Jimmy Butler. They're not going to trade Kevin Durant for Jimmy Butler. And they might want to trade Beal for Jimmy Butler, but Beal's got a no trade clause. And the Heat aren't doing that. They already said no to Bradley Beal when Washington was trying to trade him. They're not doing that either.
Yeah, so but it's also like just the complications. Like all of these teams that would have to trade for him would have to give up so much. I think I saw a tweet from Bobby Marks saying it would take about 5 players for one. It'd be a 5-for-1 trade.
If Dallas did it, it'd be 5 or 6 guys. It would be half their rotation.
And so now you're coming to it, and now you're just going to be a bare bones team. And you look, man, like Jimmy's been playing well as of late. You trust that knee? And you have to pay him at the end of the year? I don't know, man. Like, I think the Heat would love to trade him if the right deal came across. I just don't think there's going to be a right deal. And to be honest, I don't think there's going to be a lot of trades this deadline.
Yeah, I would be shocked if I think Jake Fisher, friend of the program, reported basically, hey, minimum contracts is sort of the currency of the trade deadline. And it's like, that's not what fans want to hear. That's not necessarily the most exciting thing, but it is sort of this new world that we live in. And by the way, this is sort of the way the NBA wanted it, right? Like this is kind of the league might be going in a direction where these trades are happening more in the offseason, where free agency is more of a thing because these trades are so difficult to pull off. And that might be just where these things are headed. I will say, like, Golden State to me feels like it could still happen just because they might be motivated specifically to get off the Jonathan Kuminga, what do we do with his contract extension situation. They might have already decided we're not comfortable paying this guy the max. We've been down this road before with Jordan Poole. Luckily, we had a get out of jail free card in the shape of Chris Paul, but we don't know that we're going to be able to do this with Kuminga. We can go get Butler right now and just make a run at it and just kind of figure it out. So maybe that's the situation, but like even there, we're talking about like maybe $1 million in like salary that has to be kind of thread through this needle with this second apron. So none of this stuff is easy. No,
it's hard. It's not going to be an easy run through all of this.
Mo Dakhil, thanks so much for jumping on, man. This was fun.
It's Dakhil. Wes, it's Dakhil.
It's
Thank you for having
Wes
me.
Gold. What did we do? What was it? Goldberg? Like
Goldberg. Goldberg. No,
Goldberg.
no, no. It was Goldberg. Goldberg.
Goldberg. It was Mo Dakhil and Wes Goldberg signing off.